Hey folks, Wrath coming at you with the second video on the free-to-play series. Feel free to pause the part that just played, but it really might focus and progress over the last 3 days. So wanted to quickly give you guys an idea on where I am, what I've been doing, and ultimately, as you can see, the gear is pretty lackluster, the champion pool is pretty lackluster, but overall, I think we've made pretty good progress. So from a top-down perspective, there's really 3 things that I'm keeping in mind. The first and foremost is I'm trying to get a character pool to immediately rush to DISA 9 and 10. And the reason is that's where the good gear gets enabled, the legendary gear that will really push your champs through the next stage of the phase. The second part that I've been focusing on is using a lot of my gems early on to buy all of the little things like wasteland items from the shop, sometimes buying some additional basic summons for the first couple of days, buying additional stamina potions. So you may have noticed that I've bought a lot, the max refill every day. Again, that's based on tenant number 1, waiting up until decent 9 or 10, where I'm probably going to blow like 100 to 130, 140 different stamina potions, depending on how many I gather. And then the final point that I wanted to bring up is around summon management. So I've summoned almost all of my basics. In fact, if I have them, I'm summoning them immediately. Also for the first week, I believe summoning the advanced is a good measure to pull. And I think I've been a little bit lucky with the advanced summoners as well. I put Taylor up in the wish list, and I've gotten 2 or 3 copies of him that way. The reason I'm doing that is because I want to maximize how many copies of the elite champions I can get, because they can push to the stages of 9 and 10 in Disa, Sinsaro, and Idar. And that's where I'll get a lot of the early stage prototypes. That's where I'll get a lot of the early stage gears. That's where I'll get a lot of the early stage commanders to help push me into mid game and then eventually end game. And my final observation is the character pool has fundamentally changed since I started the game a while ago. And so I think a lot of the guides that were out at that time are outdated. For example, Luke was still around, but so was Ravenna as the other character that you can get. This time, it's not Ravenna, it's Leo. And he's fantastic for early game progression. So I'm actually thinking about using the first 60 summons to get a copy of Leo, because he will be beneficial for a long part of the game, especially into the mid game and as we taper into the end game. And so what you're also seeing here is the team that I've been using to push through the campaign. So hopefully that helps. 3 overarching themes in terms of frugality, in terms of spending gems, and the various summons. See you next time.